Thank you for tuning in, and welcome to Night Errant. I'm joined by Tempo, and Mother Nurgle have asked us to talk about punk.
Yeah, and we are punk as fuck.
Indeed.
Yes.
So, the topic falls on us.
Yes. So let's talk about us and punk.
Punk. What is punk?
Yeah, what is punk? Punk is
For me, punk, at some point in my life at least, punk was having just enough money to choose to either buy a kebab or a bottle of cheap apple wine.
Yeah, the tiff. The tiff is a thing. That's what we call cheap apple wine, at least in my community. Tiff. That is very punk. And it's very punk when you choose the tiff.
Living 4 to 5 people in a single dorm room, is also pretty punk.
Yeah. Not having, that is not defining punk, but not having a place to live, but crashing everywhere.
Yeah, that's quite punk too. That's couches, mattresses. Is that a word? Floors with a coat over you. And that's a good night's sleep. Pretty punk. Yeah, I had more than one good night's sleep with my leather jacket just curling up behind the speakers at a concert.
Oh yeah. Have I told you about the one time I fell asleep upon playing concert?
Upon the speakers?
Upon the speakers on a playing concert. Because I didn't have a place to live. And sleep.
So,
That was awesome.
Yeah, and that's actually the point, because most things that are punk could also just be slumming or being a bum.
Yeah, that's true.
But the fact that you're like, hell yeah, this is awesome, right on, forward, oi, 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 oi.
Yeah.
Makes it punk.
Yeah. Not caring that is...
Not giving a fuck.
Not giving a fuck is pretty much very punk. Not giving a fucking fuck.
So, in relation to wargaming, funny story actually. The first, my first contact, other than my parents, who were old at that point, but my first contact with the punk culture was actually because of wargaming.
Really?
Yeah, because I met people at my own age who were punk rockers and autonomous.
Very anarchistic.
Yeah, anarchists.
Yeah.
But they were also playing Games Workshop war games.
Oh my god! Could they afford that?
Somewhat. But I actually then I played with them, and then I started to hang out with them, and that's actually how I got into to the whole culture.
Really? That's pretty fucking amazing.
So yeah, I was a nerd first, then punk after.
First nerd, then punk. I think my meeting with the punk culture was actually, I'm from a very, very small town in southern of Jutland, which is hillbilly country. There was not a lot of punks there at all, so my first meeting with punk was actually reading about it. And I just love the aesthetics, and I just love the non-fucks given. And, well, there is a lot of, prejudice? Is that correct? Yeah, prejudice, and not fall out of the norm thing in southern of Jutland. So I thought, why the hell not? This is awesome. Let's do that.
So you went punk all by yourself?
Yeah, I read something in a book I thought was very awesome. It's a Danish author by Dennis Jørgensen,
I love him.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
He's never been translated, as far as I know.
No, he isn't. He isn't. Sadly. But he had like a concept in one of his futuristic books about splatter.
Yeah, horror punks.
Horror punks, really. And that just got me over the edge and then I started listening to Sex Pistols and went off from there with the whole punk scene and everything. There was no scene in Southern Jutland, by the way. So I was the punk there.
I was living in Copenhagen, so it was easy to find concerts and other people and street parties. And also,
I'm so jealous.
Also, I grew up like right next to Christiania.
Oh.
So I was used to coming there and had some great times there also with the punk community back before.
And to people who don't know what Christiania is.
There are people who don't know what Christiania is.
Those.
Okay, Christiania is this...
the main tourist attraction of Denmark.
Yes, because there is like... Well,
it's a free city in the city where people have done awesome stuff, rebuilding and redecorating old barracks.
Yeah.
To make it,
army thing.
To make it into this hippie village.
And it's very much a hippie village.
And still is today, even though some of the magic has faded.
Yes, indeed, because police.
Yeah, and people getting old and selling their houses very expensively. So it's another segment moving in.
Yeah, yeah. But in the old days, it was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a lot of subculture there, and punk is one of them.
You went to a gypsy punk concert yesterday.
I did. Go Bordello! If you're watching, I love you. I don't assume you actually do wargaming, but what the fuck. In the strange coincidence, you do great concert at the Grå Hell. Anyways, I went there and it was gypsy punk as fuck.
So even though we are getting older,
yes,
you still have some punk in you.
I do. My body is actually aching right now because of the pain of mosh pitting and dancing and yelling and
real hardcore
screaming.
Punk is more fitting when you're in your 20s or younger.
Yes, because you are more fit for it, I guess. I woke up this morning, was just like, oh my god, I'm too old for this shit. But am I though? No, it's just pain.
Back then, one could go on a several-week bender and just like the summer vacation starts and you're drunk a week before it starts, and then you're drunk all the way up to Roskilde Festival. Then you go to Roskilde Festival, and obviously you're completely sober there.
No, you're not.
Come home.
That would be weird.
Come home from the festival, and like, no, this can't stop. So you just go to some park or something and continue the festival without the music.
The beauty thing of this way of living is no hangovers.
Yeah.
Because you just keep on drinking.
Well, I didn't get hangovers when I was young.
You didn't?
No. I was immune to hangovers until I reached a certain age.
Okay. I did in Danish we have an expression called like death drunk. No.
Dødsdruk?
Dødsdruk.
Hellbender.
Yeah, hellbender. And I have been known to do them a lot when I was younger. Just getting shit-faced and then waking up the next day and just continue drinking and so forth. Just
keeping it going.
Yes, and not eating a lot.
No, but again, we're back to the
chief thing.
You have 20 kronas, and that's either a bottle of wine or it's a kebab.
Yeah.
I don't think you could score a kebab for 20 today, but
no, not today. Back then you could. Yeah. Also
a bottle of apple wine would be more expensive today, probably.
Yeah, probably. I don't even know the cost of that anymore.
No, but there are all these EU regulations on alcohol and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was,
So,
more money, but better alcohol, I guess.
But this actually, when we look at wargaming, punk have had an enormous influence, especially because a lot of the concepts were developed back in the 80s. I mean, look at Harlequins.
Yeah, for instance.
The punk elves.
Yeah.
Were basically just glam punks on jet bikes with weird swords.
Yeah, and all like hairstyles and shit like that in...
Yeah, the Troll Slayers.
Yeah, the Troll Slayers, exactly.
From Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
But also just stuff like the general look and feel of the Inquisition and large parts of the Imperium of Man in 40k have a very grimdark punk rock feel to it.
Yeah, actually.
And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And quite funny, actually, when you think about how quote-unquote mainstream it has become compared to where it started.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the old artwork, it's very punk.
Yeah. Indeed. I don't know what to say next. But Warhammer, punk as fuck.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
No, but the whole aesthetics about Warhammer... Warhammer now is like for instance, like when Skavens is raggedy and Skaven, I mean rats, come on, punk culture, rats. So I think that was why I fell in love with Skavens at the first point, because they are, when I was a punk rocker, I had rats crawling all over my...
Yeah, I used to have a rat too, a little white one called Skits.
Okay, I had one called... My first rat called Nilhook.
And when I did like this, he would crawl over the table to my cigarette package and take out one for me.
Mike couldn't do that, but what Mike could do was when I was in a supermarket and it was hidden in my sleeve, and I was looking at, for instance, cheap meat at the counter, old people got scared. That could my rat do. What the fuck? It's a rat! Oh my god! And yeah, that could Nidhook do. That was pretty awesome. I like that a lot, the shock effect, but that's kind of... Yeah.
So yeah, punk explained